Hey guys, don't put politics, don't mix politics with your heart. Don't mix politics in your lungs. Please, let politics be. I want you to take a little moment and watch this video. Watch this video. Sikujua kama inaweza fika hapa. But this game of politics is getting even deeper into lungs. Just take time and watch this video.
When only a Kalenjin is in power, ndio wanasikianga this time is not enough. Why is it when a Kalenjin is in power is when you want to rule for 24 years and until you die? Why is it that Mwai Kibaki found it fit within his constitutional limits to exit power? You want to tell me that one little boy full of himself, a boy called Ishongwa, unable to balance his emotions and his hormones, can intimidate His Excellency Raila Odinga? William Ruto has unleashed all the government machineries to make sure that the Kikuyus do not progress economically, so as to weaken them economically, and as a consequence of which they get weakened politically. Apende wasipende. Tarehe 17 mwezi wa 5 mwaka wa 2024, sisi sote kutoka Mlima Kenya tunakongomana pale Limuru.
Government, as President Kenyatta tells us all the time, government is about service. The reason why people elect a government is so that they can get services. And our president has made this his focal mantra, that we are here to serve our people, not to humiliate them and frustrate them. The kind of things that we have been seeing going on here, you know, where people come at 7 o'clock in the morning and they do not leave until 5 o'clock, in most days even leave without the documents they are looking for. It is unfortunate that for a country of our size and our level of development, we can subject our citizens to that kind of behavior. That's why I'm happy with what the Inspector General has done. And from this day forward, this is how we are going to deal with the public service centers, especially those that fall under the Ministry of Interior. CRB, the issuance and replacement of identity cards, and we are going to move around the country in our field offices. Our regional commissioners and county commissioners are under firm instructions. Everywhere I have gone, even this week when I was in Kwale, I went to the CRS registry in Kwale to find out and meet ordinary wananchi to see how they are being served. The idea or the habit of humiliating our people, you know, where people have to come and stay in an office for a long time, we are not supposed to be induced or persuaded to provide service for which we are paid, because public service is not compulsory in our country. If you do not want to serve, you can actually say honorably, I am sorry or I am tired, and go away. Instead of, you know, drawing a salary every month, coming to an office and subjecting citizens of your country to the kind of humiliation, part of which I witnessed here. We were instructed, we were given just about 2 weeks by the president to ensure that we clear this thing.
Rigathi Gachagua, who is now the Deputy President of Kenya, is my boss, and I have no problem whatsoever working with him and under him, together with President Uhuru Kenyatta, together with President William Ruto. Uhuru Kenyatta is the former President of Kenya. I also served under him very well until he threw me out for no reason. So I'll be more than happy to serve under President William Ruto, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, all my colleagues, all arms of government, and I'll be a humble servant of Kenya, the people of Kenya, and there is no shock, there is no nothing, there is nothing.
Thank you. I want to ask you a question, Professor, that what do you think makes you feel that you can serve in that docket again? Because why I'm asking that question is because if you look at what happened in the last 2 months in this country, the demonstrations and the kind of thing that happened, in my view, you look like somebody who was lost. Your presence was not being felt. Your omnipresence was not being felt, if I may say so, because you could see abductions were happening, human rights abuses were happening, but the minister's voice was not being heard in that situation. What do you think, what makes you think that you can serve again in the same docket?
That the operational responsibility of policing lies with the command of the National Police Service. It is my estimation that on a broader scale of things, generally, the police tried their best to protect the country against mobs of criminals, arsonists, and other dangerous people, including those who visited Parliament and wanted to kill parliamentarians and other people. The police did their best.
Asichukue sisi kama ni watoto. Ile sarakasi walilete pale bunge, amefanya mzuri kufungua chapter tuanze kuongea mambo ya mashamba. Na hiyo tutaanza kuongea. Mashamba ya Maumau ilienda wapi? Ilienda na nani? Hii mashamba iko Nakuru ya Maumau. Mwenyewe ni nani na iko GSU ngapi?
Have maybe exhausted.
Hold, there's a point of order there.
Yeah.
The Speaker, it is good to have clarity on this matter because that bill was as well a controversial bill. It is very important to have clarity here that the proposal that came from the ministry was that all freehold land be changed to leasehold in the whole Republic. It is Parliament, a committee of this Parliament, and that's why Parliament must be given credit to where they do their work. That is suggesting to them that we should maybe do it in cities. But the ministry, what they brought to Parliament was that they want even the ancestral land that somebody is holding a freehold in Migori. They wanted to change it to leasehold. For what? She should tell us why, what was informing that, instead of now hiding under Parliament.
Alice, why?
The provision was saying that the minister will be able to designate the areas, which then means you designate through regulations, and I would still have had to come to Parliament to be allowed the designated areas that we would have picked. So, and therefore, the proposal by Parliament, I commend. I think it helped and it improved the provision.
Thank you, Chair, and I'm sorry I didn't want to interrupt.
You have interrupted, just go on.
Chair, we are in a vetting process, and the leader of majority and the leader of minority have stated the actual position. But the nominee, she's trying to run away from the reality. The reality is that the bill which came to the House exactly wanted to levy even the ancestral land in this country. And it came from the ministry. She was the CS. So instead of using too many words, please admit we move forward. Because at the end of the day, Kenyans could not accept your proposal. And it came from you. It did not come from the House of Parliament.
Speaker.
It did not come from Kenyans. It came from your office.
Yes, sure.
Yes, Alice.
Speaker, I said that the proposal had indicated that the minister will designate areas where the levy will be. It was not blanket. Because it is not possible to collect.
Point of order,
it is not
Chair.
possible to collect levy in the entire country.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes.
that is true. But why do you want to subject a land that is in Bungoma or Migori for a minister who's sitting in Nairobi to designate whether it will be a freehold or a leasehold? Why do you want to do that? Just say it was wrong to do that, And now you are rectifying, you are agreeing with Parliament for that issue to become a city's issue. Just when we move on, Madam Sia, you are a former member of Parliament here.
I think the clarity I have made, I have even given credit to Parliament, but I have said that it is Parliament that was going to give me permission to say where to levy the... Yes.
Point of order, a brief one.
Yes, yes, Naisula.
Thank you, Speaker. And I just want to put it to the nominee, and from what the majority leader had said to another nominee here, that one of the challenges of the cabinet that was there before is communication, because Kenyans are not understanding what you want to do. When they raise questions, it is said to be propaganda, but now we have confirmed here today that it is actually the truth. And so I think moving forward, if you're confirmed, and the last thing also is when there is public participation and Kenyans have an issue with a clause or with a matter in a bill, it should be discussed thoroughly and given the view of those because the bill could be good, everything else could be good, and we have one contentious issue. Could we exhaust it? Because I can assure you, after what happened in Parliament, these parliamentarians will not be a rubber stamp anymore to any issue that will be contentious, Madam Nominee. So that is all I wanted to do, so that we could make progress.
Yeah, thank you. I would hate a parliament that is a rubber stamp. It's of no use to anybody, even themselves. But and I agree with you. This bill had not even gone to second reading, where the debate was going to happen. And during debate, the proposals for amendments would obviously, by the House, I think the subject was still...
We'll make progress. What the members are telling you is that a bill came from your ministry with these contentious proposals to the House. When it was picked up and spread like wildfire, the ministry maintained a conspiracy of silence. Instead of coming up to say, it was our bill, we withdraw it so that you quell the fire, you said nothing. But that is, let's move on. Posing?
Thank you, Speaker. I think there is need for better communication. Yes. I agree with you throughout the entire government, including my former ministry.
Yes, even His Excellency the President has said, lamented, that one of the weaknesses in the government is poor communication. You are doing good things which nobody knows, and when you do bad ones, you don't own up.
Questions on housing levy.